Welcome home. What an exciting time. This is your first day home. In this lecture, I want to talk just briefly about some of the high-level overview points that you really need to keep in mind as you get through your recovery. It's a very exciting time, but the road ahead can be bumpy and longer than anticipated, full of ups and downs, but overall, I want to give you the tools to make sure that it's a positive experience. Key point is to understand what you went through and also what your body went through. Open heart surgery, like any major surgery, is certainly stressful on the body, the mind, and the spirit. Take it easy. There's no sense in pushing yourself at the very initial part of recovery. Your body needs time to recover, adapt, and heal itself. Key point here is to remember to cough and use your incentive spirometer. I know it's not fun, it's not exciting, it's not sexy, but it's really the key to expanding your lungs, taking care of some of the issues that undoubtedly developed during your hospitalization, and most importantly, preventing you from getting a pneumonia and landing back in the hospital. Next, I want you to remember to move. Walking is really key. Not only does it re-energize you, it increases your stamina and your endurance. It also helps expand your lungs and breathe. And overall, it's a very important part of your recovery. I'll talk more about the specifics of walking and beginning to exercise in another module. Naps are your friend. Perhaps you were a type A person, a busy executive, and you just were on the go all the time. Understand that your body needs sleep. It's an essential part of your recovery, and don't be afraid of naps. Go ahead and take them. During the initial part of my recovery, I took a morning nap and an afternoon nap, and I found it made all the difference. The days that I skipped the nap, I tended to be more fatigued and had more palpitations and more episodes of atrial fibrillation, which we'll cover in another module if you're not already familiar with that beast. Don't expect anything to be normal. I mean, everything's going to be different. Your routine is disrupted. Your sleep is disrupted. Food tastes funny. You have weird dreams, particularly if you're on the heart-lung machine or bypass pump. And just understand that there is no normal. Everything is going to shift and change, and it's going to take a little while before it gets back to what you would consider any semblance of a normal routine. Fragmented sleep and sleep disruption is extremely common. In fact, I would be surprised if anybody listening to this doesn't have some component of sleep disruption. During your hospitalization, people are in and out of your room at night, you're uncomfortable, you're coughing, people are checking your vital signs and giving you medications. And this pattern of sleep disruption is very stressful. And unfortunately, it does carry over into the recovery phase at home. While some of you may be lucky and only be affected for a week or two, other people may suffer for a month or longer. One simple way to really try to reset your circadian rhythm, which is your internal biorhythm, your sleep cycle, is to get some sunlight in the morning. If you can sit in front of a bright window, or if you live somewhere where the climate is temperate and warm, getting outside for even 20 minutes as soon as possible after waking up is a powerful way to reset the mechanism in your brain and to help restore and get your body keyed into sleeping at night instead of waking up every few hours. Many of us rely on our phones and devices for entertainment and stimulation and reading. Unfortunately, the blue light emitted by these devices disrupts melatonin. Melatonin is an essential hormone for triggering sleep, and these devices like a TV, an e-reader, a phone, etc., all shut off and dampen melatonin production, and they also stimulate you. Realize that any exposure to a light source after you fall asleep shuts off melatonin production for the rest of the night, and that certainly is not beneficial or helpful for ensuring proper sleep and rest. As I alluded to in the previous slide, sunlight is a powerful way to hack your circadian rhythm. Unfortunately, many of us live in a climate where there's not as much sun as we'd like, or perhaps you had surgery in the winter months when the sun just isn't out when you're first waking up in the morning. So I use a blue light device. If you're curious at all about what that looks like, there are many out there. You can type in this link, bit.ly/blue sleep, and see the device that I use. It's an Amazon link, just for your information and full disclosure. Everything is going to fluctuate, and this is important not only for you to understand as a patient, but also for family member and friends. Every day, your emotions are probably going to go through some cycles. You might feel sad, forgetful, angry, irritable, resentful. Understand that this isn't any sign of character defect or that there's something wrong with you. It's just a normal part of recovering from a traumatic event, such as open heart surgery or any major surgery in that regards. Another point to keep in mind is that hormones are affected, not only from the stress and the sleep disruption, but also from the heart-lung machine, the pump, if you will. As the blood is filtered through this device, it certainly creates additional stress in the body and can affect a variety of hormones, including cortisol, which is a stress hormone, thyroid hormones, estrogen, testosterone, and a variety of others. Understand that this is going to take some time and it should recover. Important that you know, and also keep in mind for those that are caring for you, to really anticipate the highs and lows. Recovery is exactly like the stock market. It goes up, it goes down, but the overall trend is positive, and that's the same for recovery. I want to welcome you home and wish you the best in recovery.